It's 11 o'clock, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you for joining us here today. We're very excited to bring to you two of our shining stars of social media here at Big Orange Marketing today, with 6 top social media content ideas to help kill it for quarter 4. We still have a whole quarter left in the year, and we're excited to bring some ideas here to you. So Laura and Olivia, please introduce yourself and take it away.
Hi, I'm Olivia. I'm a project manager at Big Orange.
I'm Laura. I am a copywriter here at Big Orange.
And as Margie mentioned, we will be going through 6 social media content buckets today.
Okay, so the first one is blog recaps. This is a great way to repurpose your blog content for social media. You know, especially if you're doing that SEO research on what customers are searching for, this is a great way to get all that information that you've put together for the blog onto social. Our favorite way to do this is by using a carousel or a reel. Take the tips that you share in your blog, or maybe if it's like a 5 kitchen design items, put those in a carousel, and it just creates a really interactive way for people to go through the blog content and always end your caption with the CTA back to your website so they can learn more. So don't give it all away. And as always, never include links on Instagram captions. They're not clickable. Hopefully one day they will be clickable. And we always try to use links on LinkedIn and Facebook sparingly because they don't seem as authentic to us. You don't want to be too salesy. So why we always recommend doing this is the main one is SEO benefits. You know, you're bringing more people to your website. The more people on your website, the more likely they are to purchase your products or your service or whatever you're selling. And it's also very thought-provoking to your audience, as well as establishes your authority and your credibility. You don't just do this service. You don't just sell this product. You know everything there is to know about your service, your product.
The next content idea is educational content. So what is this? It is valuable and engaging content that will build a connection with your audience or help them solve a problem. I try to also think of like, what will they maybe send to someone else? Like if it's a tip that they're learning and they want to share it with their friends, or just any kind of content that really brings value to your social media. So how do we do this? By answering common questions that you see coming from your clients, giving your top pro tips to really highlight your expertise, addressing any customer pain points that you know are common. And what are the benefits of educational content? It provides entertainment for your audience. It's also shareable content, as I mentioned, and it really builds your industry authority as an expert.
Sorry, I'm going a little too fast on those. Switching to the next slide. So the next one is customer reviews. You can take customer reviews from your Google business profile, your Yelp, your Clutch, wherever customers leave your reviews, and just throw up the positive ones in a graphic that you use all the time. This is great for building your credibility. You don't just say you're the best. Every company says that they're the best, but here are real people who've used your product, used your service, and they say, hey, this is the best landscaping company. This is the best, marketing company out there. And people are more likely to trust opinions of other people rather than who you say you are. So I'm going to go look at a review. If the reviews are good, I'm going to go with that company. And it also builds a positive reputation for your brand. People associate your brand with being a good one, as well as reinforcing, like I said, those business claims of you saying you're the best and you really are the best.
So the next content bucket that you can try to incorporate each month into your social calendar is employee engagement style posts, which by this we just mean pictures or videos that are showing employees on your team. This could be celebrating achievements, showcasing new team members, or maybe like the team member of the month, showing behind the scenes insights, projects that you guys are working on, really explaining your process personally. You could also do like here's a look at our office. This is the BOM team in our office. So that is an example of an employee engagement kind of piece of content. And the benefits of this, we find that people more often engage with social media whenever there's an actual face, because it builds a personal connection with the audience, showing the face behind the brand, especially if you're like on video talking, it helps bring a face to the company so they can build a personal connection and trust with you. Also, as I mentioned, we find that this can be some of the top engaging content for our clients.
The last one is your service-oriented content. This is like highlighting your services, your products, your offerings. I mean, most brands, companies are on social media to share what they sell. But we don't like doing this for every post. It seems too salesy. People aren't going to follow or buy your product if you're shoving it down their throats, basically. So we use an 80-20 rule. You know, if you're posting 5 times a week, that's one a week. You know, and also don't forget, when you're thinking about what services to offer, think about the seasonal months that are coming up, especially if you're like, you know, fall's here. What kind of landscaping products are you now having pumpkin coffee at your coffee shop? You know, it's Cybersecurity Awareness Month for our IT clients. That's huge this month. We're only talking about cybersecurity. So you want to pose those services in the months that they make sense for your business. And the benefits of this are really, they address your customer's pain point. They're looking for, you know, maybe they're looking for a landscaper to, you know, trim up their stuff, or maybe you're looking for a pool builder. You'll say, hey, I offer this service, and that's great. And it also brings awareness to all the services you offer, especially those that maybe aren't publicized enough. Maybe you have like a niche service that not a lot of people look for. It's great to share those. And as always with these, you should link back to your book a meeting, learn more information to your website.
And next is video content. So what is it on social media these days? We try to keep it to short videos of you and your team or your projects. This can also be animated graphics with images. We want to always try to film in this straight up format that you see in this picture. YouTube is the other way, but most commonly now for social media, you're posting in this way that is shown, because that's what we use on Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels. If you're posting on TikTok, if you're posting to YouTube Shorts, try to keep it in this format. And we also try to keep it less than 60 seconds. I know some different platforms can do different links, but if you're trying to repurpose that content across the different pages, it's best to keep it to 60 seconds or less to make sure that that formatting works. And some ideas for this, it can be a compilation of a variety of different clips. So say we're showcasing a home builder's home, it could be clips of all the different rooms put together. Could also be personal videos of you talking through processes or projects that you're working on. Again, that will kind of bring in that employee engagement factor that we touched on and how people connect best with people. So talking through your processes directly will build more of a connection with your audience. Could also be any fun trends that you're seeing on TikTok or Instagram Reels, just different trending styles that you could copy for your own business and reinvent. And also, as we mentioned, it could be the blog recaps with different images and maybe text going across the screen for like your 5 top tips. So some benefits of the video content: videos often receive more interactions. Also, they're more likely on platforms like Instagram and Facebook to be pushed out to other people that are not already following you, kind of following that For You page format. Videos are more likely to be pushed out beyond your followers. And a lot of algorithms, like Instagram in particular, favor video these days. Also, as I mentioned, kind of the emotional connection, building a relationship with your followers and showing a person behind the brand. And video can be a really captivating format. It's just really popular these days. So I think a lot of people are looking for video content. And lastly, educational, trying to always add the value.
Sorry, I'm going real fast.
No worries.
And that's all we have. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments of this, and Olivia and I will get back to you. If you are interested in Big Orange, our Big Squeeze Margie will tell you more about it.
I love being called the big squeeze. Yeah, so I think I was going to ask a question
Mhm.
of you guys, if you felt you wanted to answer. What social are we seeing? What video content are you seeing in social that's resonating for clients? What types of
Mhm.
videos?
Yes, with our clients, I'm mostly finding that getting them on camera talking. I work a lot directly with the home builders and the landscapers, so having them highlight landscaping projects that they're currently working on or home building projects that they're currently working on, and giving us a deeper insight into their thought process behind everything and why they made the decisions they made. I'm finding that anything that they're talking on camera is getting a lot more engagement than whenever we put together something that they're not showing their face in.
I think,
Excellent answer. Go ahead, Dolores.
yeah. And I think I mainly work with our IT clients, and the ones where they show their personality off. We have a client that does a series with their office dog, and she, answers your tech questions. It's really cute, and she like her videos just get so much more engagement because you're sharing educational content that's like fun and good to know, but you're doing it in such a fun, interesting way that it's not like it's not redundant. So I think that's important too, is showing the educational stuff and making it entertainable.
That's a great example. That's those eco technologies, those
Mhm.
Hattie the dog answers cybersecurity questions. So they're sharing that really, really important cybersecurity knowledge that everybody needs. But it's Hattie the dog sharing it. That's a great example. I love that example. We should make sure we put the link to that in the comments to this so everybody can see how Brian and Hattie are educating people. Um, I had another question for you guys related to, getting clients to feel really comfortable on screen. What do you guys say to clients who may be like worried about being on video?
Yes, I would say, practice makes perfect. We can reshoot things as many times as needed. And the more that you're on camera and used to talking on camera, the easier it will become. Also, I find that the clients do better on camera whenever they're just truly speaking about something that they're passionate about and confident with. Like, it's nice to have kind of, okay, here's what we're hoping to get out of the shoot today. And here are some points that we can ideally touch on. But a lot of my clients do better without a strict script whenever they're just talking more authentically. So I try to craft the videos that we're planning to shoot around the things that they've mentioned to me that they're excited about in that certain project. And, basic tips, try to speak loud, confidently, and just don't worry too much because we can fix a lot in editing too.
Yeah,
Great
I have
tip. Sorry,
nothing
Laura, go
to
ahead.
add to that. That's perfect. That's exactly what I would say. And just you got to keep doing it and doing it. In a previous job, I had a lot of plumbers, and they're not good on camera, but like working with them over and over and over and over and over again, they finally they got good and they're comfortable. So I think it just takes time to get comfortable.
Mhm.
And no one's gonna remember your first couple videos if you keep doing this and you get better at it.
Well, and nobody notices the imperfections that we notice. I
Yeah.
think I touched on that in a social media video that we did on the Big Orange page. But try not to get too caught up in like all these little imperfections. Like, I don't like how I said that word. Like, nobody's gonna notice that. That's just you
Yeah.
realizing.
And it makes you seem more human too when you mess
Mhm.
up on a word. You're not just like a robot who's reading off of the screen. If you say the wrong word, sometimes when I'm editing videos, I leave it in because it makes you sound more human and you're just more
Yeah.
relatable.
Yeah. And I would also say try to talk to the camera the way that you would talk to a client or a customer or a coworker, not so much in like presentation mode as if you're giving a speech at a event or something, but more authentically like you're actually talking to a person that you would be interacting with.
Great, great tips. I'll also share how, Laura, you have been helping us do our videos for Big Orange. We pick a theme like, well, marketing, story brand marketing, and, social media marketing, and we stick along themes. Laura keeps track of the things that we want to talk about. And then nuts and bolts, I plan who's going to talk about the different ones. We bundle and shoot 4 of them at a time. So we have a whole month worth of Tuesday brand boost tips. And then to have everyone at ease, Laura has great lighting, and we have great lighting. We use our selfie sticks. And also we put the tips really large in large font to use them as cue cards on our computer screen and put that sort of off screen. And that helps us know, you're saying this part, I'm saying this part, and we record them and get 4 done at once. So that's how we've nuts and bolts been doing it here at Big Orange, thanks to you guys. So
yes, and kind of like Margie's saying, don't be afraid to like expand upon content over weeks. Like going back to the home builders, you could show one room, then a different room, then another room, then the house all together, then a before of the house, then an after of the house. Like you can really take one idea and stretch it across many videos to dive into the different elements.
excellent, excellent, great. And we did have a question, Laura, if you could go back a few slides, just a little bit about what was our first tip. So maybe go back to the first tip and highlight that again.
So I believe that was our blog content. Oops, a little too far. I'll get this whole one up. What was the question regarding? Was there a specific question?
Someone had missed the first tip and wanted to know a little more about it. Ari.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll just go through it. So the first tip is repurposing your blog content on social media. This is great because if you've already done the keyword research and you've already taken the time writing the blog, you have a social post like right there ready to go, whether it's a reel or a carousel with the tips in them. And you'll want to like put the link to the blog in your caption. Obviously not on Instagram because they don't do linking, and this is really great for your SEO. It really builds your authority. You know about IT, your IT. Here are IT tips that we've researched, we've written. Here they are in a digestible, easy to go format, but you also don't give it all the way on social media. So they go to your blog, they get like, hey, these guys know their stuff, or this landscaper, I really like their work, I'm seeing pictures of it. And then our Lisa blogs that we help with our clients, they always link to their book a meeting or whatever their like call to action to do next steps with them is. And yeah, they're really easy. I mean, when I'm taking blog content and repurposing it for social media, the carousel, what's on the carousel is written already in your blog. This is a great like time-saving tip. You don't have to think of another idea. You don't have to write a whole other like carousel with all the same information in it. You can just copy it and paste it in there and, reformat it so it's a little shorter and doesn't give every tip away. So people go to your website.
That's great, Laura. And yeah, I also like to say that like it's a machine. Like you've spent all the time to write it into a blog post. Your headlines could basically become captions. So you're using that and you're creating it in a different format for social media. And that also helps serve different people consume information different ways. So maybe someone wants like quick tips on LinkedIn, boom, boom, boom. Yes, multi-factor authentication. Yeah. Great tips to help me do that. Wonderful, boom, got it. And I'm the type of person, maybe I consume it in social media. So it's about, you spend all that time writing it, turn it into a social media post as well. So I'll add another great example is that Synchronet snacks that they're doing. They are the Synchronet IT in Buffalo. They are working along a theme of cybersecurity, bite-sized cybersecurity tips, and then they relate it to a snack like Swedish fish for fishing, fireball candy for, firewalls. That one's kind of fun. So anyway, they picked a theme, cybersecurity, bite-sized cybersecurity, and they relate it to snacks, and they're doing a great job, and we should share that one in the comments too. So, talking once in their blogs about cybersecurity, and then moving those right into social media as well. So great, great. Oh, great. Ari said thanks. So good. We covered it. All right. Well, wonderful job, you guys. Thank you. And thank you guys for listening. Bye.